The transmission arrived on a Tuesday morning, carried across the void by quantum entanglement arrays that humanity had barely understood when they built them. Admiral Sarah Chen stood in the dimly lit command center of Luna Station, watching as the alien message decoded itself on the main display. The universal translator worked overtime, converting the harsh, guttural sounds into crisp English text. Species designation: human. Planet designation: Terra 3. You are hereby commanded to submit to the authority of the Dominion. Resistance is futile. Kneel or face extinction. The message repeated 3 times before cutting to static. Around the command center, 27 officers from 7 nations stared at the screen in stunned silence. Chen felt her jaw tighten as she read the words again. 43 years she'd served humanity among the stars, from the first Mars colonies to the deep space monitoring stations. She'd seen humanity claw its way from a single world to a modest interstellar presence through sheer bloody-minded determination. She'd be damned if they'd kneel now. Admiral, Lieutenant Commander Rodriguez spoke carefully. Long-range sensors are detecting massive energy signatures at the edge of the system. Whatever sent that message, they're not bluffing about their capabilities. Chen nodded grimly. The Dominion fleet, over 300 vessels according to the scans, hung just beyond Pluto's orbit like a cancer against the stars. Each ship dwarfed humanity's largest dreadnoughts. The technology gap was obvious, overwhelming. Any rational species would surrender. Send word to Earth Command, Chen ordered. Tell them we're implementing Protocol 7. Rodriguez paled. Protocol 7 hadn't been used since the Titan Rebellion 30 years ago. It was humanity's final gambit, the strategy they'd hoped never to deploy against an external threat. Admiral, with respect, Protocol 7 against an alien armada. They'll think we've lost our minds. Maybe we have, Chen replied, pulling up the classified files that only a dozen people in the entire solar system were authorized to access. But they made one crucial mistake. They gave us 24 hours to respond. The hours that followed blurred together in a symphony of coordinated chaos. Across the solar system, black-painted ships began moving with deadly purpose. These weren't the sleek, chrome vessels of humanity's regular fleet. Those stayed in port, deliberately visible to Dominion sensors. The Black Fleet was different, smaller, uglier. Ships built in the dark spaces between worlds, powered by experimental drives that bent physics in ways that made even their creators nervous. Captain Elena Vasquez commanded the Determination, a vessel that looked more like an asteroid than a starship. Her crew of 18 had volunteered for this mission, knowing they might never return home. Around her, 47 other Black Fleet vessels prepared for an operation that violated every rule of civilized warfare. Captain, her tactical officer reported, we're detecting Dominion scanning attempts. They can't get a solid lock on us. Vasquez smiled coldly. The Black Fleet had been humanity's secret project for 2 decades. Ships designed not for glory or exploration, but for the unthinkable scenario now facing them. Each vessel was wrapped in metamaterial hulls that absorbed sensor pings like hungry shadows. Their crews were volunteers from humanity's most dangerous professions: asteroid miners, deep space salvagers, the kind of people who looked death in the eye daily and spat in its face. The Dominion commander, Supreme Admiral Korthax, studied the primitive planet below with growing impatience. His massive flagship, the Eternal Dominance, could glass entire continents with its main batteries. Behind him, the combined might of 3 conquest fleets waited for his command. In his 200 years of service, he'd never encountered a species that didn't immediately surrender. When faced with such overwhelming force, these humans were proving troublesome. Report, he growled to his sensor. Operator, the human fleet remains in defensive positions around their homeworld, Supreme Admiral. Standard formation primitive vessels. However, we're detecting some unusual energy signatures throughout their system. Scattered, difficult to isolate. Korthax dismissed the concern with a gesture. Every species had their little surprises. None had ever mattered. The 24 hours expired at 1400 hours, Earth Standard Time. Admiral Chen received Earth's response exactly when she expected it. A single word transmitted across all frequencies. No. The Dominion fleet began its advance, massive engines pushing the armada toward Earth with inexorable purpose. They moved in perfect formation, their commander confident that the sight of their approach would break any remaining human resolve. They never saw the Black Fleet coming. Captain Vasquez's voice crackled across the encrypted channels. All units, this is Lead Wolf. Execute Broken Arrow. Repeat, execute Broken Arrow. 48 ships that barely registered on sensors suddenly blazed to life across the solar system. They'd been hiding in asteroid fields, powered down in the shadows of moons, drifting silent and cold in the deep dark between worlds. Now they moved with vicious purpose, their crews guided by a simple philosophy that had driven humanity since it first looked up at the stars. If you want to beat a human, you'd better be prepared to kill every last one of us. The determination screamed out of the asteroid belt at 97% of light speed, her experimental drive leaving reality twisted in her wake. Her target, the Dominion flagship's command section. Vasquez felt the crushing acceleration try to fold her into her command chair as she spoke her final words into the communications array. Tell my daughter I kept my promise. The determination struck the eternal dominance at relativistic speeds, her mass converting instantly to pure energy. The explosion vaporized 6 city-sized warships and sent shockwaves through the Dominion formation. Across the system, 47 other Black Fleet vessels made similar sacrifices, each one taking dozens of enemy ships into oblivion. In less than 3 minutes, the Dominion's invincible armada was reduced to scattered debris and desperate survivors. Admiral Chen watched the tactical display as the last enemy signals winked out. The victory had cost humanity dearly. Over 2,000 volunteers would never return home. But they'd sent a message that would echo across the galaxy. Humanity doesn't kneel. As rescue operations began and the surviving Dominion forces fled into deep space, Chen composed her report to Earth Command. She kept it simple. Threat neutralized. Black Fleet effective. Recommend we build more. In the depths of space, alien civilizations monitored the transmissions coming from the small blue world. The message was clear in every language: we are human. We do not yield. Try us at your own peril. The galaxy had been warned.